Hi friends, what's good? Welcome to Storytime. I am here today using a brand new camera, so I have to look directly at it this time because I'm not just, willy-nilly on my phone doing stuff. But welcome to my channel. So today's story is about chickens. And I've got to tell you that I absolutely loved raising chickens. We had a chance to raise chickens up in the forest. We lived on this mountaintop property and it was absolutely gorgeous and perfect to raise chickens. So we set out to go and buy, I think, a dozen chickens from the local market, and we grabbed these little babies and we brought them home, and we didn't really think about it because we didn't have a coop to put them into. Not quite. Where we were living, we had a lot of bears and coyotes and owls, and we had to really build a secure place for these chickens to live, or they would have probably been eaten in the first day. So what does Shannon decide to do? She builds an inside the kitchen chicken coop. We were renting a place, and I'm sure if the landlord knew what we were up to with chickens in the kitchen, we would have been kicked out. But I wanted them to be safe and secure. So I raised these chickens. I don't know how long they were in the actual kitchen for, maybe 2 or 3 months. And a couple of them became, my best friends. They'd sit on my lap while I watched TV in my recliner. And we had one that had kind of a buggered up wing, and so she was beautiful. Her name was Golden Girl, and she was the prettiest chicken. And I took such good care of my chickens. I absolutely love them. But we built this gorgeous little outbuilding that it was actually just an old shed at one time. It looked more like an outhouse size. It was very small. So we extended it. We built all of the chicken wire over the top and around the entire area for the chickens to run around. Excuse me. And so this chicken coop was one of Dave's greatest creations. It was so nice. It was beautiful. It was very luxurious. It had a bunch of different roost boxes, and it was really warm, and I loved it so much. So we were able to take those chickens out of the kitchen after a couple months, and nobody found out. And I cleaned for a good 2 weeks afterwards just to get the smell and all of that out, because you don't realize while you're living in it that, yeah, maybe there's a bit of a scent. It wasn't great. But, the dog got along with him, and I don't think we had the cat at the time, but it was fine. The dog was raised with the chickens in the house, and then when we got Sadie, she was used to the chickens because for some reason she just sort of had a good way with them. It was really fun. But after we got the chickens to the outside, where they could live and be free, we noticed a lot of creatures coming around. So we would, hear noises. They would start making a bunch of noise in the middle of the night, and we'd see a bear standing up against the chicken coop, leaning on it, almost to push it over. They never got in. They never got in. And we actually let the chickens free range for the majority of their lives. But a few times, I think we lost 3 in the first few months of letting them free range because we had owls just sit there and hover above us and just take the opportunity and take a chicken out. So we had one taken out by an owl. The second one was a huge coyote came down. It was a female. I think she might have been pregnant, and she grabbed one of those chickens and she ran. And I mean, all you can do is, cry inside a little. I mean, these chickens were absolutely phenomenal for us because we had a dozen eggs every day, and it was beautiful. But the last straw was really when the bear tried to push over the coop. And it was getting really ridiculous because we were fighting nature every day. I don't even know how many things were just lurking around at night. But I absolutely loved raising chickens. They were my best friends. We'd have coffee in the mornings. We'd sit on the top of the mountain and watch the osprey, which were also probably eyeballing the chickens. But we had to get rid of the chickens once we started going off grid. So I gave them to a friend of mine, and I don't know how many lasted and for how long. But yeah, so that's my chicken story. I can't see how long this video has been going for, so I'm just going to assume that I'm at the end now. But I want to say thank you guys. So like and subscribe and comment below. I just want to tell you guys stories, and maybe you can hang out with me Thank you so much, and God bless you, and have a great day. Bye.